Hello and welcome to day number 97. My name is Mary and today's story is Saul is Anointed. The next morning, Samuel sent the servant on ahead while he spoke with Saul alone. He brought a vial of oil and poured it on Saul's head and said, "The Lord has anointed you to be prince over his land and his people." Then he told Saul, before I go on, I'm going to show you the picture actually first of Samuel anointing Saul. Right there, pouring some special oil on his head. Okay, then he told Saul just what he would find on the way, where he would meet certain people, and what he must do. He said, "When you come to the tomb where Rachel is buried, two men will meet you and will say to you, 'The asses for which you were looking have been found, and now your father is looking for you.' Then under an oak you will meet three men carrying three kids, 3 loaves of bread, and a bottle full of wine. These men will give you 2 loaves of bread as a present. Next, you will meet a company of prophets, men full of God's Spirit, with instruments of music, and the Lord's Spirit will come upon you, and a new heart will be given to you. All these things will show you that God is with you. Now go and do whatever God tells you to do." And it came just as Samuel had said. These men met Saul, and when the prophets came near, singing and praising God, Saul joined them and also sang and praised the Lord. And in that hour, a new spirit came to Saul. He was no more the farmer's son, but a king. He came home and told how he had met Samuel, and Samuel told him the asses had been found. But he did not tell them that Samuel had poured oil on his head and said he was to be the king of Israel. Samuel called all the people to the meeting place at Mezbah. He told them that since they had wished for a king, God has chosen one for them. "Now," said Samuel, "let the men of the tribes pass by, each tribe and each family by itself." The people passed by Samuel, and when the tribe of Benjamin came, out of all the tribes Benjamin was taken. Out of Benjamin, one family, and out of that family Saul's name was called. But Saul was not with his family. He had hidden himself. They found him and brought him out. And when he stood among the people, his head and shoulders rose above them all. And Samuel said, "Look at the man the Lord has chosen. There is not another like him among all the people." And all the people shouted, God save the king, long live the king." Then Samuel told the people the laws the king and the people must obey. He wrote them down in a book and placed the book before the Lord. Then Samuel sent the people home, and Saul went back to his own house in Gibeah. So after 300 years under the 15 judges, Israel now had a king. But among the people, there were some who were not pleased with the new king because he was an unknown man from a farm. They said, "Can such a man as this save us?" They showed no respect to the king, and in their hearts they looked down on him. But Saul said nothing and showed his wisdom by appearing not to notice them. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we come to our questions. Discussion questions. Number 1. How did Samuel know what to tell Saul? Did everything he told him happen? Number 1 has two parts. The first part, how did Samuel know what to tell Saul? The second part, did everything he told him happen? Number 2, why did Saul hid? Why did Saul hid? Number 3, how did the people feel when they saw their new king? How did they feel later? So number 3 has two parts. The first, how did the people feel when they saw their new king? The second part, how did they feel later? And that was it for our story. Thank you for attending. May God bless us all. Bye for now.